Once again, a bit of a trigger warning because while we'll start with the Chuu story, the topic regarding Kris Woo will reference some very uncomfortable subject matters. For a while now, there has been a lot of smoke when it comes to the relationship, possible mistreatment, and status between Chuu and BLOCKBERRY Creative. However, the reason I chose not to touch on everything that came out was because I feel it's too dangerous to dive too deep into what was essentially speculation. That on top of the fact that the only official statements that were coming out were from BLOCKBERRY denying everything. Which makes it all the more shocking when BLOCKBERRY just came out announcing they are kicking her out. Their statement about expelling and withdrawing Chuu from LOONA blatantly states that the reason for this is because of Chuu's violent language and abuse of power toward their staff. They go on to say they are trying to apologize and comfort those staff members so that the victims can return to their normal lives. Now, while we've seen that anything can happen in the K-pop industry and anything can be true, this statement was widely met with accusations against BLOCKBERRY for trying to slander Chuu on her way out of the company. That while Chuu could sue them for defamation if they're lying, they know full well it would massively drain her time and resources. And it looks like it's not just fans who are on her side. Photographers who have worked with Chuu are stepping up for her, writers from her show Chuu Can Do It are defending her, laughing at the company's statement, and even LOONA's Hyunjin is seemingly breaking the rules to express how angry she is about this situation. Unfortunately, I'm certain this is going to get even uglier, and we will no doubt be getting updates on this situation as it continues to evolve personally and maybe legally, just as we've seen on the same day with Kris Woo, who the last time we discussed was being arrested on suspicions of rape and detained by Beijing police. It has now been announced that the court has sentenced Kris Woo to 13 years in jail for 2 different offenses on top of paying for tax evasion. The first is being found guilty of raping 3 different women who were drunk, and the second involved the assault of 2 women in 2018 who were also drunk. It is said that after serving all 13 years, Kris will be immediately deported back to Canada where he grew up. And while that's the last we'll probably hear about this Kris Woo situation, at least for a long while, the final portion of serious news deals with idols fans hope to see again as soon as possible. The first was IDLE's Yuqi, who Cube Entertainment announced was rushed to the hospital after her health reportedly took a turn for the worse. They didn't elaborate on what the diagnosis was from the doctors, but did reassure fans that she is currently resting and recovering. Many are worried that this could be something coming off of the crazy Chile performance in the rain and hail that we talked about previously. Another was Kep1er's YOUNGEUN, who apparently began displaying health issues during a video call fan signing and was immediately taken to the hospital. The only other thing the company informed us is that they're doing what they can for her to recover. It was also revealed that WE members Donghan and Seokwa were just involved in a car accident, and they are currently receiving assessment, treatment, and physical therapy at the hospital, while their group promotions are understandably cancelled or postponed. If you've watched this channel for the past few years or have just kept up with K-pop for a while, you know that it's always this time of the year with award shows, end of the year shows, and everything else going on where we see a lot of artists having to temporarily drop out due to health. Unfortunately, in the case of Purple Kiss, RBW, who is also Mamamoo's company, announced it was ultimately decided and recommended by health professionals that it would be best for member Jiyeon to depart the group altogether for the sake of her own continuous health concerns, which included symptoms of anxiety. Jiyeon did put out her own handwritten letter telling fans not to worry too much, and I'm sure she'll come back to music one day, as she's already shown us what she can do as a composer, a lyricist, and a songwriter. There are 2 more idols we won't be seeing for a while, though due to a different reason. Last night, KQ Entertainment announced that Wooyoung's grandfather has just passed away. Due to this, Wooyoung will not be present for certain ATEEZ activities in New York, and the content that was planned for his birthday will now be postponed. We also won't be seeing winners MINO for a little bit either, as YG has informed us that MINO's father has recently passed away. MINO is currently with his close friends and family. If you followed his career for a while, you know that his father was always there for him and even inspired his song Fear, which ultimately earned him first place on Show Me the Money, one of my personal favorite songs from MINO. And as always needed, let's get into the positive things that we can celebrate in K-pop. Congrats to Jamie, who just revealed her relationship on Instagram and received so much support in the comments from friends like I-DLE, Cards Jiwoo, and Cosmic Girls EXI. Pentagon fans are also celebrating because not only did Hui recently reunite with his members after being discharged from the military, but he also went right back to doing what he does best for the fans. Also, congrats to VERIVERY, who just earned their first and second ever career music show wins. I'm sure this is the first of many more to come down the line. BTS's Jin was not only announced as just the third million seller solo artist with his debut single album, but now the fastest solo artist to do so. Stray Kids also continue to make history with their albums this year, as Maxident has now surpassed 3 million sales, making them now only one of 2 artists with BTS to be triple million sellers. Twice have now achieved a milestone of more than 10 million sales across 19 different albums released in South Korea. And while we're talking about JYP artists, the man himself has released new music, and something everyone is talking about are all the notable artists joining him on stage. However, when he asked SUNMI in a comment what she was doing tomorrow, she responded, "Nope, I'm busy." Damn! Obviously, this was all in good fun. It's just their relationship that has been spanning many, many years now.
I love him. Actually, I love him. But I don't want to see him face during my concert.
People who have also spent many years together are the Rainbow members, who are still getting together, going on trips to celebrate their anniversary 13 years later. It's just awesome to know that the bond we see is quite real beyond their days as a group. I hope to see the girls of aespa remain that close a decade from now. Seeing their already incredibly tight bond recently celebrating their 2nd anniversary, not only did we see TXT stealing the show at the AMA red carpet, BTS also won the Favorite Pop Duo or Group Award, making them the first artist in AMA history to win this for 4 consecutive years, surpassing names like Aerosmith, One Direction, and the Black Eyed Peas, who all got to 3. But that wasn't the only historic feat for BTS, as Jungkook became the first Korean artist to perform at the FIFA World Cup opening ceremony. He is the first Asian soloist to have an official World Cup soundtrack with his song Dreamers, and the first soloist to even have one since Ricky Martin in 1998. I love that he was showing support for his own country in the process, and that all the members were watching this monumental moment. Finally, for those who have always wondered where the mysterious world of Kwangya is that everyone in SM mentions, well, apparently I guess it's right by Gordon Ramsay's new pizza restaurant, which, by the way, when this picture came out of Chef Ramsay, Giselle, and Johnny, am I the only one who heard "Too bad it's one roll?